And yeah, we're on localhost, and I'm gonna reset this back to the state that you had it. So it used to look like this. And so when you use, for example, the mobile simulator here and you put iPhone SE, this is supposed to not work.
But I think
title,
it's not looking good right now.
Yeah. Oh, why did I go there? Okay. You were using the no wrap.
Yeah.
But the no wrap, like, you tend not to want to use it a lot because, like, ideally you would want the title to take as much space as possible, but if there isn't enough space, then you want it to be able to wrap. But if here this is a contrived example, but just imagine I had stuff like this, and I save, and then how can I make it responsive? So if I do this, do you see what happens with the no wrap?
Yeah.
If I remove the no wrap, now it's able to take up as much space as it needs.
Yeah.
And the expectation is that, like, as I make this bigger, it should be able to take as much space as it needs.
Yeah.
So let's remove no wrap and find a fix for it. Okay, we're back to iPhone SE. We have this problem here. And when you look at it, this is an H2. And if you check out the computed here and you look for display, it tells you that it's a block. And if you go look at display block on MDN, or anywhere else, they tell you that the block, normally it takes the full width of the parent by default.
Sorry, can you show the part that you found the block? I was lost a bit. Yeah, date title, you solve the date title there.
Yeah, so I'm clicking on the H2 and I went into the computed. Computed just tells you, like, what is the final style that's computed for the specific element. And you can find the full list of properties, like everything that can be set on it. You can find it here. Because, there's this other tab for styles, and it just shows you like each style, and it's hard to see where exactly this display is set, so it's just easier to look here. So I found that display is in fact block, which is the default setting for the H2, and you can read about it in MDN. So display, normally it tends to take the full space available, like from the parent. But if you notice here, event list, it's taking up that much space, but the H2 is limited to the middle, even though it is able to expand into its parent. So there's something weird going on with there. If we look at width, actually not here. If you look at the styles, there is no width being set, so it should expand as much as possible. One thing that I thought is maybe it's something to do with the text align center, which seems to fix it, but actually if you remove it from here and you reload the page, it still doesn't work. That's, I don't know, a quirk with how the browser computes the styles. So this is still not fixed, right? So here's what's happening. We have this event list here. It's a flex. And I think the only thing that you wanted to do is to have it flex direction column as opposed to row, right? But that's it. You don't actually need this align items.
Let me think. Why? I would like them to be aligned in the center.
But what are you aligning them relative to? Because the event list itself, it's already in the middle of the page. And then you have the boxes inside of them, which already take the full width of the event list container. So you were trying to sort of double align the dates here. You have this, which is already aligned by align items, and then you were trying to go to date title and telling it text align center. So this is like, I understand what you're trying to achieve, but that's not the way to achieve it.
I was not trying to achieve it. ChatGPT was trying to achieve it.
Oh, well, okay. Let's blame GPT for that. So the solution is, if you just remove this align items, already you can see that it spans. I mean, it's taking up as much space as it needs. And if you check here, do you see, like, it's taking the full width of the parent?
Yeah.
And so now, if we remove align items from here, and then we go here and say text align center, it will work. Yeah. We had the weird bug earlier with like the browser deciding not to put it on multiple lines. So let's just like put it in the CSS here and then reload once. So we said we go to the event list here, and then we remove align item center, and then we go to the date title and we say align text align center, save and refresh, and we see that it works.
Helal olsun. Yeah, I mean, such a professional. Oh my god.
Professional to professional here. Can I make a couple more comments? I just noticed it now.
Yeah.
So here, if you notice, if we look at event list, the event list borders, do you see what color is that? Like purple or whatever? Do you see how the event box is overflowing to the right?
Yeah.
Normally that should not happen. We don't want it to happen. If we say the event box is going to take the full width of the parent, we don't want it to overflow.
Yeah.
What's happening there is on event box, you're specifying some padding. And
yeah.
I think what happens is the div takes the full width of the parent, and then the padding gets added to the outside of it. That's why it ends up extra there. So like if you specify a padding of 10 pixels, you're going to end up with 20 pixels. You're going to end up with 20 pixels on the right side.
Yeah. So like the solution is to remove padding?
No. The solution is to, if you look at computed, and I think it's called box sizing, it says it's made to content box. But normally, like on every website, before you even start writing any styles for the components that you have, usually we would change the default from box sizing content box to box sizing. Let me try to remember. Box sizing border box. Do you see the difference now between these two?
Yeah. So border box is the border of the parent, right?
Yeah, border box just means when what you consider to be 100% width should include both the border and the padding, not just the content. So like if you say I want the width 100%, but I also want the padding to be 5 pixels, then it's first gonna put the padding inside, and then it's going to calculate the width to be 100%.
I see.
Not the opposite. Like it doesn't consider the parent as 100%, then adds on top of it padding. So a good way to fix that is just go at the top here and say for every element, I want my box sizing to be border box, so that you don't have to specify it for every single item. And and then if you refresh now, you will notice that it's properly aligned with it.
Wow. Nice. Very nice.
The other comment that I have, if you allow me.
Of course.
The other advice that I was going to give you is, so event list, it's made up of, you have the date title and then you have the event boxes. And I noticed that on event box, you're setting the margin button for like each one of them. Instead of doing that, here's something you can do. Because if you notice, like for the last event box, you also have some margin bottom at the bottom, which you might not want to like have. And there are ways around it. But given that you're using a flex, given that you're using a flex component, might as well use the gap property. So with the gap property, you can do this. I'm gonna disable the margin bottoms here.
Okay.
Well, not this one, but yeah, I think these guys. Yeah, so now everything is compacted together. And here's what you can do. You can just go to event list and you say gap of 4 pixels, for example. And if I refresh, now all of them get the gap. And you can actually see it if you click on the flex here and you zoom in, you'll find that it puts these dashed lines.
I see. Can you remove the gap and regenerate?
Yeah.
And okay.
Yeah, that's what happens.
Okay, I see.
One last thing is there's a problem with using width 80% because yes, you obtain, like if I remove the mobile simulator here, yes, you obtain sort of what you want here. Like you have a max width of 1200 pixels, but then if you're not able to do that, then the 80% takes place.
Yeah.
But the problem that happens is as you go into the smaller dimensions, you don't really want to stick to the 80%. Like you would want these to span the entire width, right? Because you have very limited width on phones.
Yeah.
For this one, there was a trick. I don't recall what it was, but I would suggest, like I'll try something, but I don't think it's gonna work.
By the way, I think it works on iPhone and stuff, most of them. So maybe there's no need.
Yeah, maybe there's no need. It's optional, but usually, like I said, like on mobile, you would want to have extra space. There is a trick about this. I don't recall like sort of the formula, but it's something worth looking into.
All right. Wow. Thanks, man.
Yeah, anytime.
This will be a very, very popular live stream, and you will be my first guest of my live streams.
Yeah, it will be like Joe Rogan podcast, but for web development.
Oh my god, yeah, it was so fun. Thank you.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, no problem. Good luck.
Thank you, abi. See you.
See ya. Bye.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Okay. What I will do right now is so it's currently like this. As you can see, date is not shown well. Let's start with that, or maybe take a break and come back. Yeah, let's do that. Let's go. I have ordered food, and before it comes, I want to do the changes that Mehdi suggested to me. So I checked if there's any comments. Here's the website right now. What I will do right now is, so the first one was about going to here, and then let me remember. So event list and event box. This is aligned. Yeah, date title is aligned. Okay, how was it? Let's do it as that. So what he did was, so he inspected these, then like I think he deleted this one. Date title, no, maybe like maybe this. That's why you need to listen carefully. Yeah, I do. So maybe it was about this. So like date title, styles. Oh, I'm inspecting a wrong site. Lol. Right, so there is no wrap there, and let's do it. And then what we will do is that I think it will stay as that. But it was about this event, this stuff. So what I will do is that I will go to event list and I will delete it. No, so there's event list, event box, and date title. So I think it was about event, not about event, it was about event box with padding. Okay, I think since there's a record, I will just use that. Da-da-dun, da-da-dun. No, it's not that. Do you have align items here? Yeah. Yeah, I think it was about that. So like he deletes it. First, let's delete that. And then let's delete that. It seems like sold. Is it? Text align. Let me just yeah. Okay, so he used text align, so let's stick with what he suggests. Text align center. So it's yeah, it's correct. I think this is done. Let's call this as done. I'm just not sure how this thing, this box, what, yeah. I'm just curious about how this, this is an event box, and where is the event? Yeah, I mean there's event box and there's so event box, event list. Anyways, okay, that's done. Let's call this as done. This is that's one thing. Another one is that another suggestion he had was box sizing stuff. Yeah, box sizing border box. That box sizing border box. Come on, we can do it. And after that, do we do anything? Yeah, I think it will be solved like that. Okay, that's also done. Another thing he talked about was about yeah, this gap thing. He removes margin top there, margin bottom here. No, that, yeah, that margin bottom, event box margin bottom, and H3 is margin and date. Okay, most of the margin bottoms. Mayday. So that will be deleted. That will be deleted, that will stay, and that will be deleted. Then what we will add in order to, we'll add this gap to, I think, event boxes, right? Let me see. Event list. Anyways. Gap for, I think, okay, that's done, I guess. Let's see. Yeah, maybe it can be increased to like 8. I think it looks better right now. And that, with that being said, I will execute the script. Tac, tac. I like the way it is being opened. My food is about to come. Bugüne kadar ya sonra. It's not. I don't know, sometimes it takes a bit long to be loaded. Ne kadar ya sonra, senden sonra geçer yıllar. Yeah, I think Yeah, it's now being working. So yeah, let's end this today's live stream right now. Maybe I can continue later, but like I think like we now we have a much better UI, and yeah, this makes me happy, to be honest. We'll see how it will be, but for now I will eat my food and maybe I can continue later with a new YouTube live stream or not. I will let you know from Twitter. Thank you.